So I am currently on video, I think number 2 of our little farm tour here. Me and my husband, we purchased our farm about a month and a half ago, and we want to build a regenerative farm. And I have a few business ideas that I hope I can build into fruition. And we want to document the journey. So here we are. On this video for the farm tour, I'll be showing where our future kitchen garden is going to be. In our last video, I went over our commercial garden and what are kind of our plans there. We have about a 5-year plan for this place. It's going to be a lifetime project. We have the first 5 years we think mapped out. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through our kitchen garden. We're going to be addressing it in phases as well, just like our commercial garden. And so I have a few things lined out. Let's go check them out. So here's the view from the west side of the garden. It'll probably be kind of hard to tell, but the garden slopes down a little bit and then it flattens out right here. And in between, I believe this garden is about 120 feet lengthwise, and width, I believe it's maybe like 48 feet. I don't know. I'll have to remeasure it again one day. So here's kind of the layout currently. Our big plan is that we will put a fence over here. It will be a permanent fence that runs along here, and then we'll have the gate line up with the commercial garden gate, so when you walk in, I have this I have many dreams and I have many hopes for this place, and one of them is to have a few garden geese. All of my experiences with geese have been pretty poor. They've been pretty mean, but I believe you can have a friendly goose or a friendly geese. And so I want to have this fenced in so we can have a couple garden geese to kind of keep the grass down, as well as my heart just kind of wants them. I do understand that we're going to build a regenerative farm, and we're going to be utilizing the practice of permaculture, so nothing should be stagnant. So the geese may be on the move through the farm, but I hope we have enough space for them in the garden that they can be permanently here. We'll find out. It's going to be trial by fire, I suppose. So I do hope that in this corner here to build their little goose barn, we will probably make it mobile for when we want to move them to another part of the farm. Here I have our green stalks. As you know, we recently moved. The green stalks had a lot more planted in them, but they were unfortunately kind of neglected during the move, and not everything made it. I want to build an herbal business, and so I do have a lot of herbs in here currently, and flowers like gomprina, and some of the chamomile survived, as well as I'm testing out chamomile's ability to grow and flower in the green stalks. But I have these 3, and then you'll see these cardboard boxes flattened and laid out here. We had a storm the other night and I haven't fixed these 2. But phase 1, we're going to have 6 4x10 beds. They're going to be raised beds. We won't build them until the fall. 4 of them, these 4, this one's very lopsided, these 4 will be raised. I have ordered soil because we're going to do a little bit of lasagna gardening here, and I'm going to have in-ground beds for the fall, just because I really want to grow a garden or get started growing, get garlic in, and a few other things. We'll still probably build these as raised beds eventually, but for now they'll be in-ground gardens. And yeah, so that'll be phase 1. This garden just right here between the green stalks and the 6 beds is the biggest garden I've ever had. So a little insight here is I have big ideas, big dreams, and a lot of goals, and I want them all done right now. And my husband is an amazing husband where he hears all my goals and dreams and he's like, okay, we can do that. That sounds good. But we could put a realistic timeline on this. And he is right 90% of the time. I'm gonna stick with 90. That's up for debate, I understand. So originally I wanted to build all eventual, like, I think I calculated like 14 beds, and he says, yeah, that sounds good, we can do that. However, you know how much a garden produces. Do you think you can handle that much when everything's coming in? And I said no. So we are going to do in phases of the green stalks in 6 beds, and that's going to produce a lot of food. Currently it is just me and my husband, and so we will be totally fine on the amount of food. But the size of garden does let me tap in to another big passion of mine, which is feeding people, giving people food. I absolutely love growing fruits and vegetables for people. I don't know why, it just gives me so much joy, that like seeing people receive the food that I grow for them. I just absolutely love it. And so what I'd like to do is next year create a tiny CSA, which is community supported ag, but only for our friends and family, where there's not even like a little CSA fee, just where every week I can take them fresh produce into town and give them, you know, the harvests of our farm. Because when growing food, it's just, you're gonna have plenty of it, luckily, which is a really nice benefit. So that's what we currently have is for phase 1. I guess I should tell you the next 2 phases. So the following year, I would like to build something right here, a circle raised bed, and then 1, 2 square raised bed. That way when you get midway through the garden, you kind of have to stop because this bed's in your way. That way you have just like, you know, when it gets, I believe a garden, when you walk through it, it should be inherently beautiful, and naturally they will be, but with a little extra added things to them to make you kind of stop and look at the garden, to not just have a direct path that you can just walk right through it, where you have to stop and just kind of walk around it, hopefully give a chance to take it all in. So after that, I then will probably build more 4x10 raised beds all the way down. I believe the math works out to it's about 12 to 14 beds, and that's not including up top the flat part where hopefully the geese will be. But so that is the second stop on the farm tour, where is the kitchen garden. So thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it, because if you're watching this, it means you're okay with cringy videos, because I'm sure it's going to come out that way just a little bit, because this is very new to me. But I'm so happy for you to be a part of this journey and watching. Thanks.